Obviously, no day would be complete without a brand new release, it's 3 days in a row now. We went with ATEEZ and then twice. ATEEZ had two, twice had two, and then now we got Yunho, right? Which actually, I think I can read the Hangul, and that looks like what it says. Yunho. Boom. From TVXQ, which I've only had one exposure. I just did Spellbound 3 days ago, maybe? Very impressive video. Impressive all the way around. I did not notice it was shot in one continuous thing, so my bad. Same thing happened with me on a EXO Growl. It's like so busy, I don't know. I'm not making excuses. But I'm excited for this. Yeah. Do I even know what to tell you is coming up after this? Yes. Yes, I can. This is crazy. This is what's coming up after this. The cat's about to attack me. I can feel you coming. Yeah, I hear you. Go ahead. Cat. Tell them hi, and then move to the side. Okay. Just telling you what's coming up before I start on this video. If it's annoying, I apologize. Just released Fromus 9 Fun. Then after this will be Sam Kim and Zico. It's you? Yeah. Then we'll do BTS No, Big Bang Loser, EXO Ask in a Box Part 1 twice, cover of Taemin Move, Kpop Misheard Lyrics from 2016. Gotta go back in time. Then BTS War of Hormone. Then EXO Ask in a Box Part 2, twice Likey, BTS Mic Drop, Dance Practice, Blackpink, cover of Big Bang Loser, and Shiny View. Did you hear that, cat? Tell them you heard it. That's right. Or I'll torture you. That's right. Cry out in pain. Tell them you want K-pop. No, you gotta say it like they're right there. Say it like you mean it. No, like you mean it. You have to like take your foot. Okay, get out of here. Go. You got work to do. On to the jams. I like that melodic effect. Cat, you're distracting me from being like articulate over here. Blame it on the cat. The doom 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 sounds like tubes. Obviously it's synthetic, but it sounds like tubes that are different lengths that you hit. Doom 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 doom. I want to back it up for the chorus. I had to think for a second because, believe it or not, it took 12 measures, 16 measures for them to complete the idea. If you go back to the beginning, Cat, dude, this is not the time, bro. There was this high pitch off of the. We can go back and find it. Cat, you're distracting me. Where was it? There's a high pitched melody line coming out. Hold on. That is thematic. Well, it's not thematic repetition yet because that's the first time we've heard it. But that same linear chromaticism that is falling in that high pitch line is happening in the keyboard at the end of the verse. Right here. It's just one note longer here. Now let's enjoy some chorus. All right, pause. This definitely, now that I've kind of like jumped around a little bit, sounds more like, well, I've only heard the one TVXQ song, but from the stuff around that era, it's got more of that vibe to it, the crispness and openness of the arrangement. Crispness meaning not a lot of echoey weird stuff, not a lot of clutteredness in the mix, and the openness being the division between the actual parts. You hear the drums, the synthetic keyboard sound, and the vocals. Yeah, and that little dance move is sick. So let's go back to that. Hey.
성숙해져버린 어른들의 게임 속에 너와 내가 홀수를 뜯네 두꺼운 대문이라면 더 이상 너는 주저하지 말아줘
Oh, I like that camera work. Dude, oh no, the cat, right here. Whatever you think I'm doing to her is not making her go anywhere. There's that same descending chromaticism. It's super crisp, but this cat is right here. What are you doing? What are you doing? You can't. You got no. World's worst reaction ever. Song is crisp and clean. There's a lot of thematic use of the descending chromatic line between the high synthetic parts and then the lower register keyboard parts. And now we're here in the third iteration of using this linear chromaticism to tie these sections together thematically, meaning that even though you may not recognize the music, there is essential elements that are being reused from phrase to phrase to give it an overall consistency. She back. Even right there, is still, now that's not chromaticism, that is a scalar line, meaning that it's part of a scalar, right? But it is the same length and the same direction as our thematic chromaticism. So before we had mostly notes that were half steps apart that were falling. Then it occurred again in the lower register of the keyboard. Then it occurred again with a different variation on the keyboard a section later. And then now our actual vocal line has the same descending musical features. But this time it's a scale. Pretty sure. No, wait, I'm singing half steps. That's a scale. that was cool. Also, that little thing he did earlier. That was the second time that happened. He took the main line, touch me like a lover, follow me like a lover, and then dropped a half step, which is a neighbor tone. Well, you tell it's a neighbor tone because he's on the time. He's chilling at home base. I don't have time to explain home base. Home base is the pitch centricity, the center pitch of which no notes have any intrinsic value. They derive their value with relationships to each other. Your root note, tonic note, is typically your note that gives all the other notes relationships in the space. So he was singing da 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 da. That's just tonic da 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 half step, and usually it's a half step going back to one da 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 da. But in both cases, it went down the half step and didn't come back, which is 100% intentional. It's usually, I think people would do that to create a sense of instability. Here, I don't know if it's for instability or if it's... I would say my argument I'm going to make is it helps to make something that's... Dance songs have to be very predictable by nature because you're dancing to them. They're pretty predictable. And so little musical elements like that let the song stay danceable, but giving you these little cool musical changes. I enjoyed it. I'm not sure how much I would have enjoyed it if there was not a K-pop cat attacking me numerous times. She's still right there. I tried though. I tried to give you a good, I cannot, sometimes you're bested, man. Sometimes you're bested. I thought it was cool and crisp. And I honestly, I need to hear it a second time because of the cat. But it's really clean. I mean, I would say my number one takeaway, summation, thesis, description, abstract, is that the song is clean and uncluttered and even used the thematic repetition of the descending line to keep it very minimal and tie the sections together. Because really, almost all of the musicality that we heard was all related to each other. The descending synth line, then the keyboard line, the second keyboard line, I forgot what section that is, if that's the pre-chorus or whatever. Then in the vocal line, we have the descending scalar line. And then it just now hit me, just even that two-note grouping, actually maintains the same sense of direction that the other ones did. Every other melodic fragment started high and fell to low. Some did it with chromaticism, some did it with scalar line, but even his vocal line, which is only 2 pitches, still maintains the same integrity. It is still an upper note going to a lower note, and the lower note does not come back up. Jackpot! A+. I'm giving myself A+ on the composition. I found thematic units that kept the entire song together and all aspects of the harmony and production reflected in all sections. Sometimes that degree comes in handy. Cat's unimpressed. Hopefully you are impressed. Cat is so unimpressed. All right. WYO. The schedule's crazy. Trying to get back on top of it. I'll, of course, find you in another K-pop multiverse. And I will not be wearing this hat as maybe I will, but I typically don't. But here's looking at you.